Polar Express. I see. Please. Thank you. It says here, no photo with the department store Santa this year. No letter to Santa. Major sister put out the milk and cookies. Seems to me that this is your crucial year. If I were you, I would seriously think about climbing on board. Come on, guys. Good. Take it, please. Try your pocket. Try your other pocket.
Oh, Mikey.
Thank you. Are there any other boys and girls that would like to go to the North Pole?
On the Polar Express.
I can just put it in my jacket then.
All aboard! All aboard! Tickets, please.
Tickets, please. Tickets. Wait, they're coming. Never take a rest.
Happen on the Polar Express.
It's a choo-choo and a stunning view that rivals all the rest, but you won't ever see it advertised. It's a simple fact we stay on track, and sometimes we digress, but that can only happen on the Polar Express. That's the sound of it breathing.
I present the North Pole. Ha! Here's your luck. Yes, but that's the way things happen on the Polar Express.
That's the sound of the city.
Please, thank you.
Thank you.
Tickets, please. Thank you. Wheel Street, yeah! Oh, bang, bang, bang. Please, thank you.
Young man,
That is not
a door.
Tickets, tickets. Ticket, please. Thank you, sir. Oh, sorry about that, folks.
Ellie, do you like?
Absolutely. All right, are there any tickets I missed? Tickets? All right.
Do you guys like stories? I love stories, and this is one of my favorites. Listen up.
On Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound. A sound a friend had told me I'd never hear. The ringing bells of Santa's sleigh. There is no Santa, my friend had insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Late that night, I began to hear sounds, though not a ring of bells.
About to see it right now.
From outside came the sounds of hissing steam and squeaking metal. I looked through my window and saw a train standing perfectly still in front of my house.
Our name? Sorry.
It was wrapped
Was that Miss Porter?
of steam. Snowflakes fell lightly around it. A conductor stood at the open door of one of the cars. He took a large pocket watch from his vest, then looked up at my window. I put on my slippers and robe. I tiptoed downstairs and out the door. All aboard! The conductor cried out. I ran up to him. Well, he said, are you coming? Where? I asked. Why to the North Pole, of course, was his answer. This is the Polar Express. I took his outstretched hand and he pulled me aboard. The train was filled with other children, all in their pajamas and nightgowns. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with little centers of white snow. We drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars. Outside, the lights of towns and villages flickered in the distance as the Polar Express raced northward. Soon, there were no more lights to be seen. We traveled through cold, dark forests where lone wolves roamed, and white-tailed rabbits hid from our train as it thundered through the quiet wilderness. We climbed mountains so high it seemed as if we would scrape the moon. But the Polar Express never slowed down. Faster and faster we ran along, rolling over peaks and through valleys like a car on a roller coaster. The mountains turned into hills, the hills to snow-covered plains. We crossed a barren desert of ice, the Great Polar Ice Cap. Lights appeared in the distance. They looked like the lights of a strange ocean liner sailing on a frozen sea. There, said the conductor, is the North Pole.
There's a look again.
The North Pole. It was a huge city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made. At first, we saw no elves. They are gathering at the center of the city, the conductor told us. That is where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas. Who receives the first gift? We all asked. The conductor answered, he will choose one of you. Look, shouted one of the children, the elves. Outside, we saw hundreds of elves. As our train drew closer to the center of the North Pole, we slowed to a crawl. So crowded were the streets with Santa's helpers. When the Polar Express could go no farther, we stopped, and the conductor led us outside. We pressed through the crowd to the edge of a large open circle. In front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were excited. They pranced and paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells that hung from their harnesses. It was a magical sound, like nothing I'd ever heard. Across the circle, the elves moved apart, and Santa Claus appeared. The elves cheered wildly. He marched over to us and, pointing to me, said, let's have this fellow here. He jumped into his sleigh. The conductor handed me up. I sat on Santa's knee, and he asked, now, what would you like for Christmas? I knew that I could have any gift I could imagine. But the thing I wanted most for Christmas was not inside Santa's jewelry bag. What I wanted more than anything was one silver bell from Santa's sleigh. When I asked, Santa smiled. Then he gave me a hug and told an elf to cut the bell from a reindeer's harness. The elf tossed it up to Santa. He stood, holding the bell high above him, and called out, "The first gift of Christmas!" A clock struck midnight as the elves roared their approval. Santa handed the bell to me, and I put it in my bathrobe pocket. The conductor helped me down from the sleigh. Santa shouted out the reindeer's names and cracked his whip. His team charged forward and climbed into the air. Santa circled once above us, then disappeared into the cold, dark, polar sky. As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see the bell. I reached into my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the silver bell from Santa Claus's sleigh. "Let's hurry outside and look for it," one of the children said. But the train gave a sudden lurch and started moving. We were on our way home. It broke my heart to lose the bell. When the train reached my house, I sadly left the other children. I stood in my doorway, waved goodbye. The conductor said something from the moving train, but I couldn't hear him. "What?" I yelled out. He cupped his hands around his mouth. "Merry Christmas!" he shouted. The Polar Express let out a loud blast from its whistle and sped away. On Christmas morning, my little sister Sarah and I opened our presents. When it looked as if everything had been unwrapped, Sarah found one last small box behind the tree. It had my name on it. Inside was the silver bell. There was a note. "Found this on the seat of my sleigh. Fix that hole in your pocket. Signed, Mr. C." I shook the bell. It made the most beautiful sound my sister and I had ever heard. But my mother said, "Oh, that's too bad." "Yes," said my father. "It's broken." When I'd shaken the bell, my parents had not heard a sound. At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell, but as years passed, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah found one Christmas that she could no longer hear its sweet sound. Though I've grown old, the bell still rings for me, as it does for all who truly believe.
What a great story. Now, folks, if you keep your eyes peeled, you just might be able to spot an elf in their natural habitat. In fact, there are elf reservations all over Long Island, in locations such as Wadding River and Ronkonkoma. You want to feel a little bit chilly? Say, windows are getting kind of misty. No, not misty. What's the word? Foggy.
Frosty?
Yes. That's exactly it.
Wasn't that a great story, guys? What?
Frosty the snowman was a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, children of everything that I found there. There must have been some magic in that old silk that they found. When they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the snowman, da-da-da-da-da. And the children say he can laugh and play just the same as you and me.
It's okay. I don't know the words to it, most of them. Who loves Frosty the Snowman? Because I know I do. Yeah?
Now, something you might not have known about the Polar Express is that unlike other trolleys, which are fueled by, say, gasoline or diesel, the Polar Express is fueled by the spirit of Christmas. So, I'm gonna ask all of you, do you believe?
Yes.
Do you? Do you?
Yes.
Alright, now I want everyone to repeat after me. I believe. Ready? I believe. 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 Thank you very much. That should give us the boost we needed.
That's a nice one.
No, right? That's why he's our head elf.
Santa's famous.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know where that elf is though.
Working at Santa's workshop somewhere.
That sneaky elf. Or maybe it's at
Oh,
the house.
he's got me there. I thought one of them escaped. Oh boy.
My elf is. And Santa. Mom, somebody thinks on the ring.
Someone on the ring.
No, it's windy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present the North Pole. Real
It's
stuff.
coming up when we turn.
There we go. And now I ask that you leave your seat in an orderly fashion and watch your step as you're going down. Thank you very much.
I don't know. What else can we? Mom, Daddy, are we asking like?
That's what he said.
Okay, this one's doing some better. Whoa, I can't see. What?
Oh, yeah.
The phone dies.
It got colder in the North Pole. This is the North.
Oh, it's the camper dude. It's the camper dude.
Oh my god, it is the dude.
Camper dude who lives under the train. We're leaving the
I don't see anybody.
Welcome to the North Pole, guys.
everybody doing tonight?
Oh,
Sit back here.
they both took my snakes, man. Good job.
Are there any Polar Express passengers in need of refreshments?
Like hot chocolate?
Thought so.
Like hot chocolate?
Absolutely.
Look, Michael, look. Oh, they scared me.
Well, hello there, everyone. Now, how many of you can seize me? Raise your hand if you can seize me. Maybe some of you can, and maybe some of you can't. But one thing is for sure, seeing is believing. Am I right?
Yeah?
Sure. Seeing is believing. But sometimes the most real things in the world are the things you can't see. Oh, where's my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. I am the proud owner of them there trolleys outside. It's like I'm the king of the trolleys. The king of the Polar Express. So I hop on the old ratters anytime I feel like. I like to meet the Polar Express passengers, and I'm very curious about those golden tickets of yours. Whoever has a golden ticket, could you hold them up for me? Hold them up for me, will you? High in the air!
Oh.
Oh, well, looky there. Those are official, authentic, genuine tickets to ride. I would keep those in a safe place if I was you. They was given you for a reason. Maybe some of you, can I say, of the elder persuasion, who maybe forgets things. Maybe you're a doubter. Maybe you don't believe. Now let me see some of those tickets up close. Tickets.
Hot chocolate. It always reminds me of a melted chocolate bar. I have a question for all of you. Does anybody know the name of the trolley you were just on?
Yes, what is the name of that magical trolley?
Polar Express?
Yes, it is in fact the Polar Express.
This trolley is something else. This trolley is a magical trolley.
And aboard a magical trolley, a lot of magical things can happen.
So keep your eyes and ears open, because you never know what can happen
I
today.
don't like hot chocolate.
I guess that Santa's busy, 'cause he never comes around. I think of him, Christmas comes to town.
The best time of the year, when everyone comes home. When all is Christmas here, it's hard putting up the Christmas tree, friends that come around. It's so much fun when Christmas comes to town.
sleigh bells ring, I listen all around. The carol angels sing, I never hear a sound. And all the dreams of children, once lost will all be found. That's all I want when Christmas comes to town. Now, wait a second. What were we talking about again?
The magical trolley, remember?
Oh, right. Now, speaking of magic, can anybody tell me the name of the magical elf that lives far away in the North Pole? Yeah, he's a tiny reindeer. He puts his finger on the side of his nose and actually flies up a chimney.
I know.
Do you want to come up and help me?
Yeah, Michael, you. Go help.
What's your name? Michael. Give Michael a round of applause, everybody. Now, can you tell me the name of the magical elf that lives far away in the North Pole? He does this.
I know.
Santa Claus.
Yay! Give a round of applause, everybody. And now, one more question. Can you tell me what Santa says? Nice and loud. Great job.
I knew that. Well, I have... Do you want to come up and help me? What's your name? Madeline? Come on, Madeline. Madeline, can you tell me what Santa says? Good job, Madeline.
All right, everybody. So now we're going to have a big ho-ho-ho contest. It's going to be this side versus this side. And we're going to see who can give the loudest ho-ho-ho, all right? Can you help me count down from 3? All right, so my side's going to go first. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1.
Madeline, our side can do better than that. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3.
Come on, are you guys ready? We have to be so loud, all right? I'm going to count down from 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Do you think we can be louder than that? 3, 2, 1.
Great job, everybody. Let's give a round of applause for our honorary Santas. All right, and now on the count of 3, I want to hear everybody's ho-ho-ho as loud and as funny as you can. All right, are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Everybody.
Ho, ho, ho! Say, those were some mighty fine impressions. Let me ask all you something. What exactly is your thoughts on the big man? I mean, you all sounded like him, but do you really, believe?
Yes.
Yeah?
Do you really believe?
Yes.
Well, if anyone doesn't believe, I have something for you. Raise your hand if you can hear the bell on my hat. Huh. Nobody hears it. Well then, this is your crucial year.
Young lady, why were you out of your seat?
I just talked to the king of the forest.
Wait. Who?
That guy right there.
I don't see anyone.
He's right there. He pretended to be Santa.
Oh, no, I don't see anyone, and I don't hear anything. Wait, I got something. Someone is shaking a bell.
Bell?
Who's that? Young lady, I think it's best you take your seat. Come on.
As passengers, someone very special has come to meet you.
Come on.
The first gift of Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep that in a safe place. And remember, the true spirit of Christmas lies in the heart of all who truly believe.
Now it's time for pictures with Santa Claus, all right? So we're going to start with this side. We're going to go one row at a time. We're going to head right to the back.
Well, hello there, everyone. Remember me? Let me ask all you something. What exactly is your thoughts on the big man now? Raise your hand if you saw Santa today. Hands up if you saw Santa himself in person with your very own eyes. You too? Some of you adults seen him too? Well, hands up! Well, looky there. So maybe now, those of you who are doubters, maybe you believe again? Maybe, just maybe, that spirit of Christmas came back to here. Now, I understand maybe over, let's say, the trolley ride of your lives, some of you have been bamboozled or duped. Didn't want to keep the big man in here. But maybe now, right here today, you're rethinking this whole thing. You look in the faces of these young people, and you seize it. And you just remember. Maybe you remember the sound of that bell. Sure, seeing is believing. But sometimes, the most real things in the world are the things you can't see. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to see. To check. Remember earlier today when you was a doubter? You was a doubter and you couldn't hear the sound of the bell on my hat. Let's see how many of you can hear it now. Raise your hand if you can hear my bell now. Say, that's a pretty big difference from when it rang before. I wonder what happened. I know what happened. It's the magic of the trolley. You can ride into magical places and join in on the fun. And by the end of the journey, all you got to do is say yes. Because that's the way things work on the Polar Express. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to all you believers!
The Polar Express! Our journey will soon come to an end. We have so enjoyed having you spend some time with us here today.
And along with your bells, we hope you have something to take with you. Down here.
It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone?
Where is it?
I lost it. I lost the bell from Santa.
Don't worry, we'll find it.
Can
Everybody, help look for the missing bell. Maybe it's under one of the chairs.
I heard you lost something. Found this. How's your name on it?
Thank you.
Who's it from?
Santa.
Really? What a beautiful bell.
You know.
What does your note say?
Found this on the seat of my sleigh. It's a hell of your pocket from Mr. C.
How did Santa know?
You see, kid, the funny thing about trolleys, it doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on.
I can't believe you met Santa Claus. Can you believe it? He was right there.
I told you this was a magic trolley.
Now, can we all ring our magical bells as we get back on the magical trolley?
Let's hear the bells. All right, everybody. Safe trip home, everybody. Thank you all for coming. Happy Christmas.
Magical trolley ride.
Through the snow, one horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
And now, what is words if you know the second verse? La 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 Now, did everyone enjoy their visit to the North Pole? Yeah! I'm curious, what was your favorite moment from the trip? Meeting Santa. What about you, man? Dancing with the elves. Always a good time. How about you, young lady?
Oh my god.
Yes, of course. What about you, young man? Yeah, I was dancing. What about you, young lady? Always a great time. What about you, folks? What was your favorite moment? Santa? How about you, young man?
The hot chocolate and cookies.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna say that.
All right, what was your favorite moment?
The ride there.
Right there. Oh, it's great to hear. I appreciate it. All right. You. Sorry about that, folks.
Mikey, would you
It's been a long time to get mad.
taking the picture? Yeah, not